we've been able to look at the first 3 questions under pure substance, and we've seen how to use our steam table, right? So let's take more questions to solidify our understanding. So question says that a rigid vessel with a volume of 0.15 meter cube contains an equilibrium mixture of liquid water vapor. Contains an equilibrium mixture of liquid water vapor at a pressure of 5 bar, full stop. The mass of the mixture is 0.85 kg, meaning 0.85 kilogram. Determine the following. Number 1, the dryness fraction of the mixture. Number 2, the mass of the liquid water present in the mixture. A rigid vessel with a volume of 0.15 meter cube contains an equilibrium mixture of liquid water vapor at a pressure of 5 bar. The mass of the mixture is 0.85 kg, right? Determine the following. Number 1, the dryness fraction of the mixture. Number 2, the mass of the liquid water present in the mixture. So now, how do we solve this question? First thing first, understand your given question, interpret, then digest the question. If possible, give a schematic illustration, right? Now, how do we approach this question? I want it to be an interactive class. How do we interpret? How do we solve? Now, solution. The question says that a mass of a mixture, let's say this is the rigid vessel, right? Let's say this is the rigid vessel. So in this rigid vessel, I'm having, what do I have here? Combination of what? Combination of an equilibrium mixture of what? An equilibrium mixture of liquid and water. So let's say we have liquid. Let's say we have liquid, and we have what? We have vapor. We say you have steam. So now, looking at this. Let's say you want to use steam table. What table are you using? Is this saturated water and steam table or superheated steam table? Why is it saturated water and steam table? Because what? The mixture, exactly. Because the substance is a combination of what? Liquid and steam, or it's a liquid and vapor. So obviously we are using what? Saturated water and steam table. Saturated water and steam table. But that's by the way, we'll come back to it. Now, moving on, what are the given informations? Okay, we are giving volume. We are giving volume as what? Volume of what? Exactly. Volume of what? I want us to understand the question. Help me with the question. Let's read the question from the beginning. Help me with it. A rigid vessel with a volume of... Okay, this is the rigid vessel, and we said the mixture of this rigid vessel is liquid and what? Vapor. Therefore, we have wet vapor phase, right? So when you say wet vapor phase, you already know the meaning. So what's the volume? The volume is what? 0.15 meter cube. Moving on. Continue to your reading. Pressure of 5 bar. We are giving pressure of 5 bar. Pressure is equals to 5 bar. What else? Mass of what? Mass of the mixture. Meaning the mass of this liquid and vapor is what? 0.85 kg. Moving on, what do you have again? Determine, number 1, determine what? X. Number 2, mass of the liquid present. You know, when you talk about liquid, what does liquid mean? Meaning the saturated liquid. If you have wet vapor phase, meaning saturated liquid and saturated vapor, right? So mass of the liquid means M subscript F. Mass of the vapor means what? M subscript G. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So now, how do we determine the dryness fraction? We can determine the dryness fraction using the thermodynamics property given. Is that understood? In this case, what is the thermodynamics property given? Volume, right? We are not using volume directly, but what? Specific volume. Is that understood? What if it is entropy given? What do you use there? The thermodynamics property. So take note. I'm saying that, say you are given a question and you want to find x. You are going to use the thermodynamics property given to find what? X. So it means that given a question, it is possible for you to be given volume, specific volume, entropy, and the likes. Just like the way we solved the previous question. Now, for this very question, what is the thermodynamics property we are using? Specific volume. Why is it specific volume? It is specific volume because we are given the volume of this question. Right? Now, recall that your specific volume, what is the formula for specific volume? V equals to Vf plus X all into bracket Vg minus Vf. Say this is equation 1. Say this is equation 1. Now, how do we determine from equation 1, what are the unknowns from equation 1? Or before then, let's make S the subject of the formula. From equation 1, make S the subject of the formula. You have V minus Vf all divided by Vg minus Vf, which is equals to X. Say this is equation 2. So I'm saying that to determine the dryness fraction, which is X, use the formula V minus Vf all divided by what? Vg minus Vf, which is my equation 2. Which is my what? Equation 2. Now from equation 2, what are the unknowns? What's V? V means the specific what? Volume. What's Vf? Saturated liquid. What's Vg? Saturated vapor. Now, how do we get specific volume? How do we get specific volume? By formula, what's specific volume? What's specific volume by formula? Specific volume is equal to what? V over mass. So what's my volume? Given from the question, we are giving volume to what? 0.15. All divided by the mass of the mixture is what? 0.85. Input your calculator, what do you have? Then moving on to saturated water and steam table. Moving on to saturated water and steam table. At pressure equals to what? 5 bar. What's your Vf and what's your Vg? What's your Vg? You observe that from your steam table, the only value of V that you have is what? Vg. Why? Who can tell me the reason behind that? Why is there no Vf? Why is there no Vf in our steam table? For saturated water and steam table, why is it that we only have Vg and not Vf? Who can tell me? Any idea? So the concept behind that is that, say practically in real life, the value of Vf is considered as what? 0. The value of Vf is what? Is 0. You understand? So it means, say you are solving a question. If you use the value of Vf to what? 0, you are still correct. So in that case, equation 2 implies what? If Vf is 0, equation 2 implies what? If Vf is 0, equation 2 implies what? V all divided by what? Vg. Right? If V, let's say practically, meaning real life scenario, Vf is always what? 0. So if you are following that idea, what does it mean? By the time you substitute 0, you then have specific volume all divided by what? Saturated what? Vapor. Specific saturated vapor. But then, take Vf as 0.001 meter cube per kg. Do you understand? For sake of calculation, for calculation's sake, take Vf as this. Now go to saturated water and steam table. At pressure equals to 5 bar, what's my Vg? 0.3748 meter cube per kg. Right? Now back to equation 2, meaning x equals to what? Your specific volume. What's the answer to this? It's not giving me the answer to this. 0.15 divided by 0.85 is what? 0.1767 meter 647 meter cube per kg. Now x becomes what? Input it into equation 2. What do you have here? 0.176 Let's do this together. Minus what? 0.001 all divided by what? 0.3748 minus 0.001. What's the answer? 0.0464, Abi? So approximately what's x? X is what? Approximately 0.46. In percentage, what do we have? 46%. 46%. Now with this x equal to 46%, conclude what the quality, or say the, yeah, what's the quality of the fluid? When you say quality, meaning dryness, what the quality of the liquid and what the quality of the steam in this mixture? For the steam is what? For the steam, I'm having 54%. Then for the liquid, what do I have? 46. Why is it 54 and 46 respectively? Because steam is always higher than water. So what we got here is for the liquid. So 100 minus this gives you the other value. So Roman figure 2 says calculate what? The mass of the liquid present in the mixture, right? The mass of the liquid present in the mixture. How do you get the mass of the liquid? How do you get the mass of the liquid present in the mixture? Any idea on that? Recall that we said, say you have a rigid vessel of this type. We are saying that the total mass, we said the total mass, right, is equal to what? Mass of the fluid plus mass of the what? Plus mass of the vapor. Mass of the total mass is equal to what? Mass of the fluid plus mass of the what? Vapor. Mass of the saturated fluid and mass of the saturated what? Vapor, right? So this is equation 1. Where the total mass is equal to what? 1 kg. Are you with me? Where the total mass is equal to 1 kg and the mass of the saturated vapor is equal to S kg. Now make M subscript F the subject of the formula. That becomes what? M subscript F becomes what there? Total mass minus what? M subscript G. Any question on that? Say this is equation 2. Are we together? So if this is equation 2, substitute respectively. Meaning mass of the fluid becomes what? 1 minus X. So this is equation 3. And we found X already. What's our X? X is 0.46. Meaning that mass of the fluid is what? Mass of the fluid becomes 1 minus 0.46. 1 minus this gives us what? 0.54 kg. What is it? That's mass of the mixture. You get, go back to the question. Read the question. I'll answer that. Read the question. No, read the question. Read the question. The last part. Roman figure 2. Find the what? Mass of the liquid water present in the mixture. Are you with me? Now in this case, this is the mass of the mixture, right? This is the mass of the what? Mixture. Meaning, if this is the mass of the mixture, the question is, what exactly is this mixture? Liquid or what? Vapor. Meaning, liquid has its own mass, vapor also has its own what? Mass. Are you with me? Now, what we already did here, saying that mass of the saturated vapor is X and the total mass is 1. We are referencing back to our pressure and specific volume graph. This is it. This is the graph. That's why the introductory class is very important. So this is specific volume. This is pressure. You know, if we have something like this, this line is what? F, right? This line is what? G. This line is what? F. This line is what? G. So we are saying that X in this case is what? 0. X here is 0. X here is what? 1. So we are saying mass of this very guy is equal to what? X. Are you with me? Mass of this very guy is equal to what? X. And the total mass is equal to what? 1 kg. 1 kg. That's the concept. What we are trying to do here is more like we are applying mathematical logic. right? If you are saying the total mass, you know, from the question itself, the total mass is what? 0.85, right? If the total mass is 0.85, we can as well know the mass of liquid and mass of vapor, right? But here we are now assuming that, let's say the total mass is what? 1 kg. So if the total mass is 1 kg, we will know the mass of liquid and we will know the mass of what? Vapor, right? Then we are going to do proportionality corresponding to this total mass. Yes, the mass is 1. That's it. So say you are given a question, say the mass is 1. Even though the initial question itself, the mass is not 1. Say the mass is 1. So if the mass is 1, then mass of the saturated vapor, say X, then you'll be able to find the mass of the saturated liquid. That's what we did here, right? And we have equation 3. By the time you substitute the value of X, you then have mass of the liquid is what? 0.54 kg. Mind you, this 0.54 kg that you got, it is when the total mixture is what? 1 kg. Are you with me? It is when the what? Total mixture is what? 1 kg. Following your own question, the mass of the total mixture from your own question is what? 0.85. 0.85. So how do you now get the mass of the liquid of 0.85? So just multiply. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Therefore, the mass of liquid of the mixture of this very mixture, the mass of liquid of this particular mixture, that gives us 0.54 times 0.54 times 0.85. So input your calculator. What do you have? 0.459 kg. So now doing comparison, when the total mass is 1 kg, the mass of liquid that we got is 0.54 kg. When the total mass, following our own question, when the total mass is 0.85 kg, the mass of liquid present that we got is what? 0.46 approximately. 0.46. Can you now see the difference? 459, approximately 0.46. Do you understand what I'm trying to do here? When the total mass is 1 kg, see the mass of liquid we got. When the total mass is what we have from the given question, see the mass of liquid we got. What can you deduce from this? What can you deduce from this? Or what can you say about this? What can you deduce from this? Just like your question, you said your own question was that why is the total mass 1? So this is where you answer it. This is where you answer that question. What can you deduce from here? You will see that higher mass, when the mass is equal to 1, you have higher value of the liquid, right, for its mass. Then when the value is 0.85, the value of the liquid present reduce. Let's say the value is now, let's say the total mass is 0.6. What will happen? The value of the liquid present will also what? Reduce. Are you with me? The higher the total mass, the higher the mass of the liquid present. So we are saying that given a question, generally assume that the total mass is what? 1. The mass of the vapor is X. Then from there you'll be able to find the mass of the saturated liquid. So that's how it works. That's how it works.